Well, folks, welcome to my flip through of a French journal that I have made for a friend of mine who I will hand it over to her after we are able to meet up again after the pandemic is over. So I've finished it. I just have to wait till I see her again. Anyway, now it's covered, this French journal is covered in fabric. I got fabric in a thrift store here in Belfast. It's not, it's, we call them charity shops. They're like the Salvation Army shops that there are in the United States. There's more of them, there's different ones. And you can go there and buy various stuff. Now, you never know what you're going to get. So anyway, the packaging underneath this, it's just an Amazon packaging. Now, the first thing that I have got inside is a photocopy of some ephemera I got from an English charity, the Post Over from England, an English charity called Oxfam. There's Oxfams here, but they're separate from the ones in England, and they're not online, the ones here, whereas the Oxfams in England, they're online, you can buy stuff. So this little Croix Rouge Française, the little leaflet I got from Oxfam, and I photocopied it. And now here we have a page of a French fashion plate, which I got a book of them second hand from a bookshop in England. And it was quite a large book. I have photoshopped this one to be smaller to fit into this kind of book that I have. If you notice, it's blank on one page and the opposite page is lined. This is a exercise book, which is the kind of book used in schools for school pupils or students to write in. And this one I got has got blank pages and one page. Now this here, it's a wee postcard I photocopied of Versailles from the air. So my friend, Versailles is quite near Paris, not far to go. I have been there with my mother. I had to spend 10 months in Paris. My friend spent a month there as a prize for a competition. Now this is a wee card too, not exactly a postcard, but a little card, and it's I think it's Fontainebleau inside that, the chateau or the palace. That was a palace inside there. Here's another fashion plate. Again, it's incredible to think they wore those. Somebody said to me that this was a great way, if you wore one of those, it would be a great way of maintaining the social distance, the 2 meters distance you should keep from everybody because of the virus, you see. So now, this is an old I think it's a postcard again. It's an old picture, but it is a French one, somewhere in France. This is the a postcard of the Eiffel Tower. From across from the Jardin de Trocadero, the Trocadero Gardens, which are opposite the Eiffel Tower, and they're a very good place. The view from there is brilliant. This is a French car. If I remember correctly, it's a Renault. This is an actual Renault French car. Look at it compared to what's around these days. Let me see now. That's a bit stuck together. Now, this is just a wee, on the left here, it's just a menu, blank menu. You could write on that if you wanted to, but you could write in the page opposite as well. Some Art Deco French theatre ads, advertisements on top. And then underneath it, there's La Fraise, which is a French word. It means strawberry. And here's another wee frame. I'm not too sure if I've got it the right way up or not. And you could write on that if you wanted to. I did age the paper. If you're wondering about the paper, I did age it in red brush tea, but really the best effects of it are in the central pages of the book. I still had the book stapled together as it appeared, but then I took the staples out of it and sewed it in. You see here. Let me see now, can I show it you? Here. Well, it's not coming out very well. I did sew it in pamphlet stitch, 3 holes, it's not difficult. And here is more Art Deco, or Art Nouveau, not exactly Art Deco, Art Nouveau on the top. And underneath it says Les Lettres, which is just French for letters. And here's a postcard I have. Now, it's not really vintage, it's not old. The picture is old, it's an old. It's a map of France, of all the places in France, all in French. More Art Nouveau here. And I need to speed up a bit because this phone is nearly out of juice. Here's this is a printable I got. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the provider of the printable. This is a photocopy of a Michelin map of the Ile-de-France area, and in the middle of the Ile-de-France area is Paris. So there's it there. You see, these are around it. These are the names of the different gates. Used to be a wall around Paris, and there was gates to get in, and you had to pay taxes to get in. This is of a town in France. I have a French big coffee table book, which this is a Fontainebleau out of the coffee table book. I photocopied it. And the book I got second hand from abebooks.com, which is worldwide. This is a hilltop monastery in France. And that is it. It's at the end of the book. You can see I covered the inside with the fabric as well. That's it, the back of the book. So there you go. Okay, my little French book, my own take on a vintage French journal for my friend who is a writer. And so there's plenty of space in it for her to write.